This is kind of nice. Though I need to get back to Gorik. I need to get back to him. The Encourage War efforts happened. I've never done Anixia. I've never done Blackwing Lair. I've never done any of that. So I need to get back to him. So I'm going to try and jiggle these two for a bit. I'm always trying to make some progress on editing. I haven't actually played in. Well, I played yesterday, and it was like 5 days since I played before that. I played anything. Just been tired and trying to catch up with editing. I've been switching my sleep schedule, and it's been kicking my fucking ass. I wonder. You're not seeming that aggressive, Impy. Oh, we're done with it. All these enemies aren't even hostile. I swore the starter zone was more hostile than this. Oh, inventory's finally full. Three and four. I'll head back to town. I need to kill 3 more scavengers.
What is it? Goodbye.
That better be good.
What would you require?
I want to make your demons more powerful? It'll cost you, but you come to the right place. and it really does cost you. Remember these costing more. I think it's for later on stuff. But yeah, imps don't learn things for free. You have to pay. You have to get them training. There's Scarlets. Oh no, wait, Scarlets are here. I think they get replaced. Yeah, in Canada they get replaced by Maddened Scourge. Maddened Undead. Um, some named character from South Shore is dragged up here. They try and dominate him, but he rejects it, takes it poorly, and it breaks his mind, so he just kind of lashes out. Though it's portrayed in a very humorous light. You know, the MMO situation kind of sucks, really. Either the writing isn't the best, the writing could be great, but it's mistranslated. FF14. There's, you know, microtransactions at the wazoo. There's, you know, penny pinching. You know, there's a lot of money exchanging hands. FF14, Guild Wars. Wow, there's that $90 fucking mount. It's ridiculous. The MMO situation is just not healthy. Like, I don't mind paying a sub. It's not a big deal. Um, it's not a big deal at all. Like, paying the sub is fine. But I don't know, there's just nothing really stand out, you know? People go on about how great FF14 is, but anyone, unless you speak Japanese, you're not actually playing FF14. You're just not playing FF14. You're playing someone's rewrite of FF14. Characters are different, events are changed. They leave out details. There's foreshadowing of Endwalker in A Realm Reborn. But you never know that. So, like, they outright took out references to stuff happening in the future. They muddled translations, confusing stuff. Apparently, there's the echo. That doesn't come from Heidelin. The crystal. We got one boon from the crystal, but the echo is something else. It's actually apparently referred to as transcendence. I believe that's the case anyway. It's been a while since I read the post, but apparently that whole thing is muddled, you know? Just adjusting my sitting position. Mm, um, like the translation's muddled, the translation is flawed. Um, it was double critical KO, I think it was the person who I saw talking about this. Double perfect KO. That was it. Um, they were talking about it. They're replaying through the entire game in Japanese, and um, yeah, they're replaying the entire game in Japanese and translating it out, or at least emphasizing the differences between it. Like I remember seeing a post of his uh, talking about the "Oh, Kami, forgive me" and stuff like this, and saying that does not make sense. While God, Kami, I think, can be translated in some ways gods, it's not handled the same way as it would be over in the West, you know? My, I literally don't have my keyboard nearby. It's over on top of my tower over there. Um, so I really just cannot communicate with anyone right now. Terrible place forward, but it is what it is. Is there anywhere else I could go to? The Optimus. What's with this Damn. I'm kind of glad the guild wanted to go horde because, simply put, like, you know, say if we went to alliance, I just wouldn't be able to play Palnai. Well, play a paladin. Paladins and classic are shit. They're like, you know, I wouldn't even say they're half done. You know, like you would get like 2 combat abilities that you can use the whole time. 2 you can use situationally, and I think that's it. 3 you could use situationally. The rest of the time you're just auto attacking. And yeah, you have your selection of seals, but a temporary self buff. It's not that great. Also, I was thinking about why I did a bit of mainline WoW recently, and I noticed the pricings on bags has skyrocketed. Like instead of being able to buy Netherweave bag for 18 gold, it was like 100 gold. It could be partially due to the splitting of tailoring professions, so that you have to train outland training separately. Like it's done like there's classic, there's outland, there's rat training, and these are all separate things, not stuff you have to level through. You can pick up tailoring and go straight into legion training, go straight into a war within. You don't have to train up through the rest. You just poof, poof, straight into the newest thing. Even though it's you like the thrust of it was as you getting better as a tailor as you went along. But yeah, but beyond that, now only tailors can get quad. They've made it like restrictive, like mining or skinning. Only people with the correct profession can get the resource. So that could be it. It would explain it. I need 5 more. You know, my imp isn't complaining much. Goblin penis here. Gob tip. Maybe it's unfair of me, but I really don't have that high opinion of Blizzard's writing. There can be good parts to it. There can be good bits of writing, but it's fewer and far between. I remember one critique someone levied at it. It's in a bit of the game I never got to do, and may never get to do. It may very well be removed, but okay, let's just be honest. Shadowlands was just shit writing. I argue they also dropped the ball with, say, Battle for Azeroth, and I think that's generally, accepted. But I mean Jaina's storyline in it, because Jaina's whole storyline in it was a redemption quest. Maybe not in the eyes of the audience, but in the eyes of her people, and they did not. She did not redeem herself. She did a few tasks. While big, there were only a few tasks. Yeah, this imp is so unaggressive and it's doing piss off. But, but, she did a few things, but nothing grand to win over the people. And she's just made a Grand Admiral. It makes no sense. I wrote a thing up before about it, but my opinion of it remains that she should have had to bleed for it. As far as her people viewed her, she was, I don't think they called her a whore, but we'll go with that, We'll channel a bit of garage. They viewed her as a whore that sold out, that betrayed her father and sided with the monstrous horde, a horde that already claimed one of the Grand Admiral's children, and countless other innocent people. They saw her as someone who sided with butchers and barbarians over her own people, over her own family, over her Grand Admiral, over her father. Stood to one side and let him die. If they had the full story of it. Maybe they even thought she threw her lot in and insisted. Who knows? but they absolutely hated her guts. There's like a prologue comic or video or something that said as much. They hated her guts. And they looked set about to lynch her in the streets of Boros.
I need to get closer.
Damn. There was set to lynch her in the streets. If you remember that little intro bit, go check out my video if you want to see it. They were set to lynch her in the streets. And now she's suddenly their leader. Well, there's a bit of discontent. Like, people are still not warm. Like, you can see little, oh, like, here's Jaina, and she's passing out, trinkets she kept from the Coltiran troops. And they're clearly not, over the moon to be talking to her. But it could just be sad to get the token of their family. They're just mourning that. There should be more discontent. I think the way they should have done it, let's say they really wanted her to be Grand Admiral at the end of Battle for Azeroth. They wanted that to be established. Patch 1, 2, and there's going to be 3 patches. The base game of it, patch 1 and patch 2, have her earning that. Instead of having her imprisoned for ages, you break her free sooner. Or maybe she escapes with you. You do gigs around the place, trying to help people. You work together. She, she saves people. She does stuff in all the areas. It's as much her journey as it is your journey. And she, because right now, if anything, she's just taking credit for what we did. So it's like, oh, savior of Coltiras. Hey, I did all the work. Jaina, savior of Coltiras. But, throughout it, she helps us. This is actually no idea off the cuff. I was also thinking like they could have it as, when you're in Boros, you can randomly see her turn up and whatnot, talking with people. Have stuff like that, but in the other areas of her fighting enemies, saving people. It's just, little things like this. Of her actually trying to redeem herself in the people's eyes. I feel they've made her a bit too powerful, so some of it wouldn't work. Basically, the idea is that she gets messed up for it. She bleeds for them. I suppose they could still do it. Maybe she's pushing herself too hard. She's not sleeping. She's just keep going kind of thing. If she really wants the redemption, she can't just be, summoned back in the Armada and that be that. Like, certainly that would be a good thing, but she still sided against Coltiras. Or decided to be neutral there, and left her Grand Admiral to die, left her father to die, left so many sons, brothers die. She's just that one act alone wouldn't have been enough to earn the title. So they should have stretched it out more, done it over multiple patches. Sure, if you want to have it in the expansion, fine, and not have it as a later on thing, that's fine. But have her earn it, be as much as much as your story as it is hers, and have it continue over the whole thing.
What is
I'm finished with Optimus. You've shown yourself to be worthy of the freedom you've been given. Many will stand against you for what you've become, but know that no matter what they do against us, we are free and will not be shackled again. It's ironic given that Sylvanas just starts shackling them from the get-go. In the future. Take these and be on your way. You have much to accomplish, Warlock.
What do you require?
Do your best to keep yourself unharmed until it gets you some armor.
Do not
Thank you, Optimus. This armor should help you out. Hopefully, it should do you more good than the last one to wear it.
goodbye.
Marla's last wish. My friend Marla Phipps lived with her husband Samuel before the plague, but when the plague came, Samuel succumbed and joined the Scourge's ranks. Marla was spared on death only to die at the hands of her now mindless husband. So strong was her love, however, that her last dying wish was to be buried with her beloved Samuel. Samuel Phipps roams at a ruined camp along the road northeast of Death now. Defeat him and grant Marla's last wish. Bury him at her grave, first row in her graveyard.
Trust no one.
What now?
One of our greatest struggles is obtaining the natural resources we need to survive. Gold was scarce even at the height. One of our greatest struggles is obtaining the natural resources we need to survive. Gold was scarce even in the height of the Alliance's power. There's a gold mine to the northwest that has been overrun with spiders. We need gold from the mine, but we can't very well get it with spiders crawling around in there. I have not much manpower to commit to the task, so we'll have to do it little by little. Get up there and see what you can do for us, Optimus.
Hello?
Ebonwood. Huh. There we go. Profession-wise, I'm tempted in going tailoring and um, maybe like herbalism. I'm gonna run into the mine because there's the rare at the back. Yeah, I'm tempted in going tailoring and herbalism. Hmm. What do I bring up the map? This used to be an option.
I don't have a target.
There we go. It'd be nice if the runes weren't here. For whatever reason, it's not showing. Yeah, this is mine. Okay. Whereas it looks a little different. Um. Makes no sense that there's the Nazi in blue here. Fell waffle. That might be a guildie. Oh, there's no rare. There's a matron. My imp is not here. Oh, I think it's suicided. Yeah, I think it's actually acting aggressive now. But yeah, I miss assist.
Is low.
There we go. Alright. Um. Gob tip? Gob tip. Good. But yeah, pallies in SOD are the only like classic pallies that are actually playable. Um the actual classic pallies, the ones here, are terrible. Somehow I think you'll see a lot less of them flying around than you did in SOD. Like I said, they get like 2 active abilities and that's it. The rest of the time they're just like auto swinging. And even then they can't use those abilities much because of terrible mana capabilities. Let's head back, empty my inventory. I'm losing too much money. I think I will stop and actually stop for a bit. I'll be back in a while. Yeah, it's not 12 hours yet. Yeah, 10 hours is about right. Oh, you have a quest?
Is it what I need?
You there. If you're looking for something to make yourself useful, then listen up. We need fresh out of the ground recruits to head into debt now and search for any sort of useful equipment. Most likely to be in stacks of boxes. We expect more recruits to be rising soon, and also we want them to stumble about naked. We better get scavenging. Well, get to work, you miserable bag of bones. Not gonna reward those without some hustle.
Remember, patience, discipline. I'm listening.
This isn't quite vanilla. There is some differences between it. But
Victory for Sylvanus. Hello.
it's still pretty accurate.
Watch your I'm listening.
Is 2-second cast. Curse of weakness. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Debuff and buff limit removed. Yeah, it was possible to say if you world buffs on. It was possible if you say got a heal over time effect like renew to lose the world buff. It'll be shunted out. So they've knocked out a few issues, but only a few. It is still pretty vanilla. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here for now. I hope you've enjoyed this so far. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will be continuing with SOD. I do want to see more of that. Um, but until then, folks.